So let's talk about the mindset of a loser. As a man, the system tries its best to make you a loser for life. Now, in this video, I'll talk about the 7 mindsets, right, of a loser. And if you have any single one of them, you have to fix them immediately. Like I said, the system wants you weak. The system wants you to lose. And I want you to win, right? So again, these are things that I struggled with in my own entire life. I've struggled with them. And one thing for sure is that over the years, I've been able to overcome them in bits, right? Again, so stay to the very end, just in case you know any of these things are affecting you. 1, excuses. Losers say things like, I'll start tomorrow. Losers say things like, I don't have X because of Y. Always have a valid excuse towards why they're not where they want to be in life. And that itself makes you a loser as a friend, bro. So what should you do as a loser? What happens when you give yourself too many excuses? Because to you as a loser, your excuses look valid. What happens is you waste time, you waste potential. But I can guarantee you, if you have the mindset of getting it done, trust me, or no excuses, that's why as a man, you need to adopt the mindset of no excuses. Get it done. So what you should do, the mindset you need to make to flip it from being a loser to becoming a strong man is you need momentum. Momentum means start something, regardless. Start without any excuses. Just do something. As you build momentum, all of a sudden, all those excuses you had in your head will begin to die out. Because you know why? The major problem with anything in this life is the start. Because whenever we start, we have all this noise in our head that looks reasonable to us. But until you start, no one can tell what you can achieve. So always have the mentality of having momentum, always executing no matter what, no excuses. 2, instant gratification. Losers have the idea of, oh, just one more video. Let me scroll, let me watch one more video. Let me play one more game. Do you know what this leads to? Always wanting to feel good at the moment. And this will lead you to saying things like, oh, I can't work on my goals now because I don't feel good right now. Like, I want to create content, but I don't feel good right now. I want to create video, but I don't feel good right now. And guess what happens? That will now lead you to what? A life where you begin to consume more. And because you consume more, you don't create that much, you become passive. And this is where the losing starts from, when you become passive as a man. So what should you do? Start embracing hard things. Start replacing those easy tasks with hard stuff, right? Instead of consuming more videos, start acting more, start creating more. Start doing things more, right? Start being productive. There's a reason why it's called productivity. You have to be creating something, right, as a man. So how you win is to become active, start creating more that you consume. Stop falling for what? Cheap dopamine, always scrolling, always playing video games, always consuming trashy food. 3, the victim mentality. The loser would always say things like, I don't have X because of Y. Oh, every time you're blaming other people or other things. Oh, I'm not where I want to be in life because the government is not fair. Guess what? There's no such government out there that does not have problems. Every single government has problems, right? But the moment you play the victim card, you tell the world that you have lost already. That's simply because you think someone will come and save you, which leads you to what? Entitlement. And when you have entitlement, it shows that you're already a loser, because you are saying that you don't control your life, right? That there's some random breeze blowing out there that controls your life as a man. So what you should do is start taking full responsibility for your life. Trust me, there's magic that happens when you wake up Sunday and say, you know what? I want to make this day in my control. I want to put my life in my control, right? And that is the very first step you need to becoming what? A real man. Making your life, becoming responsible for your entire life. 4 is what I call the fake happiness trap. It's a trap. You tell yourself, losers will say, when I have X, I will be happy. When I have a girlfriend, I'll be happy. When I have money, I'll be happy. This leads you to start doing stupid things. Like, for example, if you think you need a girlfriend to make you happy, you start settling for meaningless relationships. You have a girl right now. The girl probably senses your insecurity. She wants to leave you. You begin to create all sorts of drama around the whole stuff, right? So again, as a man, you always shift the goalpost. If you think happiness comes when you have external things. And the saying that I remember that sticks with me is, you cannot solve an internal problem with an external solution. Doesn't work. It just leads to misery. So what you should do is be grateful. Right? I didn't say be comfortable, be grateful. I didn't say settle, be grateful for what you have right now. Is it okay to have more? Yes. But your happiness as a man should not depend on things outside of you. That's why so many men are in relationships, because they not because of they want to be with the person, but because they want to feel whole. As a man, women cannot really love you the way you want to be loved. It is not possible. It doesn't work that way. As a man, you should know that. Right? So always be grateful for the things that you have. 5 is self-rejection, where you start focusing more on failure than the actual success. You start asking yourself, what if I fail? You barely ask yourself, what if you succeed? That's the loser mindset, right? It's where you begin to doubt yourself. A typical example now is, oh, I can't talk to that girl because, what does she want from me? What can I give to her? You've already fucked up there. You've already rejected yourself. Before you speak to a customer, you say things like, this customer may not buy from me. What if you give them the opportunity to reject you? Would that be okay? What if you give the customer or the lady the opportunity to reject you? But again, let me give you like some nuanced idea here, right? Every single time you sense rejection, what should you do? Ask yourself, why do you feel that idea of rejection? Because as a man, your emotions are indicators, not directors. So this is it. If I approach this lady, she could feel, I feel like I'm not good looking enough for her. What that means is, you have your looks to improve on. Guess what? You still have to go and approach the woman. You still have to go out there and say, you know what? Let me say approach her no matter what. Worst case is she's going to reject me. That's the worst that would happen. But at least I know that I'm going to work on my looks. I know that I'm going to improve my life. I'm going to improve my finances. But I'll not let that to become what will hold me down. That is where, again, you are now making a move no matter what. Again, to start a business, you tell yourself, starting a business is hard. What if I fail? Right? That's the loser mindset. The winner says, okay, what if I fail? What could cause me to fail? You start thinking of ways, okay, you know what? Okay, maybe run out of cash. What that means is I should be very wise with my cash. Things like that. And that is where you begin to win as a man. When you're using this to your advantage. They reject you because you're ugly. Improve your looks while you're still approaching. Make a move no matter what. 6, pleasing people. The loser would always be wondering what other people think about him. The loser would always have that thought. What will people think about me? In the process, you lose respect. You lose women because every single time you try to pander to what people want, ultimately, you lose yourself. You start pleasing people. So what should you do? Start saying no. Raise your standards. Have standards. Raise your standards. You see, the more standards you raise, the more you tell people no. You say no to things that don't serve you. Say no to things that you really don't want to do. That itself makes you more authentic. And guess what happens when you're authentic? People like you for who you are. Maybe that's cliche to you, but every time you have standards with women, right, and you say no to women, why do you think it works? It works because it shows you are masculine. It shows that you don't do things that don't benefit you because you know what you want. That's why society and women begin to respect you when you have standards. Until then, if I try to please people, you would always be a loser as a man. 7, jealousy. That guy drives a nice car because he's rich or because his family is rich. And so what? That's jealousy. You're on social media scrolling, losers are on social media scrolling, looking at people's life and saying, he's X because of Z. He's lucky. He has rich parents. Always looking for reasons why somebody is winning. But what you're doing as a loser is you are trying to focus on things that you cannot control. And that leads to what? Bitterness. It's a coping mechanism as to why you, as a man, you're not getting the results you want. That's a problem. So what should you do? If you look at anybody's story, right? This is where whenever I'm coaching guys, I'm saying, if you look at somebody's story, somebody who is doing better than you, instead of you being jealous, ask yourself, how is he doing it? Right? If you know how he's doing it, then you can ask yourself, can you do it that way? If you can't, then fuck off. Stop. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Oh, shit. All right, so what I'll tell you here is learn from others. Instead of you being jealous, okay, how is he winning? What can I take from him in terms of lessons, advice, tips that will make me begin to win in my life? That is where your winning starts. But if you're out there always being jealous of other people's progress, what happens is you stay a loser forever. So, brother, I made this video because earlier I made a video talking about the mindset men need to have to win in life. There were 12 mindsets. And this boils down to just what? 7. And if you really compress things down, it can be less than 7. But to win takes more intention. But when you win as a man, people respect you. People give you opportunities, right? You feel good about yourself, right? So if any of the ideas hit you hard and you feel like you're struggling with any of these things, where, by the way, this also includes validation, or seeking validation. It also comes with seeking validation, right? Because if you feel like any of these ideas resonated with you, please drop a comment, and if you feel generous, share to somebody who you know would benefit from it, and we will turn their life around. Talk to you soon, and bye for now, brother.